Welcome to the xBloom Curator Series. I'm Andrea Allen. I'm the co-founder of Onyx Coffee Lab, the 2020 US Barista Champion, and the 2021 World Runner-Up Barista Champion. At Onyx, I run operations and develop leadership roles and just generally do management here. This is going to come as no surprise, but I love coffee. I love food, wine, and beverages, and I really just love the space that it creates for people to gather, enjoy incredible flavor experiences, and of course, develop community. In my free time, I am an avid runner. I sort of like lifting weights. I have two daughters, ages 8 and 4, and I also love riding horses. I am really excited to bring to you 3 incredibly special coffees that represent what Onyx does, but honestly are 3 of the greatest coffees in the world. I chose these 3 coffees because they're all really special to me, but also because they offer incredible flavor and tactile experiences. For me, coffee is what brings us together. So even though we are apart digitally today, we can share this experience, and it's one of my favorite things about the coffee industry. The first coffee I've selected is the Honduras Marisabella Caballero Geisha Natural. And it is special to me because it is the first coffee release in a new project called Doyen. Doyen is a woman who is the most respected or prominent person in a given field. This project is really exciting because inside of Onyx, I'm curating the series to highlight women producers that are excelling in coffee production, processing, and world-class coffees. Marisabella Caballero is a 3rd-generation coffee farmer, and together with her husband, they now own over 150 hectares of land planted with coffee near the town of Marcala, Honduras. Marisabella's father, Don Fabio Caballero, is regarded by many as one of the pioneers among high-quality coffee producers in Honduras. Together, the family runs a large wet mill where all of their coffees are processed and dried. Marisabella and her family have consistently been producing some of the best coffees Honduras has to offer. For now over a decade, they have been consistently placing in the top of the Honduras Cup of Excellence. In this cup, you will taste plum, sugarcane, white flour, and winey notes. The next coffee, the Ecuador Oak Barrel Anaerobic, is from our friends at La Hacienda. We have offered many of their coffees at Onyx, and this particular coffee is processed in Ecuadorian rum barrels. The Ecuador Oak Barrel Anaerobic coffee has some of the most interesting, sweet, incredible flavors in a coffee. This typical variety from our friend Juan Peña is a unique, limited oxygen fermentation. The resulting coffee is laden with natural sugars and fruit esters from the coffee cherry fermentation, which are prominent in the cup as raw wine and ripe berries. Over the past few years, Juan Peña has become a prominent figure in the specialty coffee industry. Season after season, he is up for notable coffee producer awards, and his coffees have been featured on the national and world stages of coffee competitions. Each step of the harvest is well documented and adjusted from season to season. This care is evident in the cup, and this anaerobic natural typica exudes the clear terroir of Ecuador coffee, as well as complex sweetness and floral notes from processing. This offering is for lovers of fruit-forward coffee. In the cup, you will taste raspberry, raw wine, mango, and strawberry candy. And the final coffee is what I consider an old friend of mine. It's a geisha from Las Margaritas in Colombia, produced by my friend Rigoberto Herrera from Cafe Granja La Esperanza. I always say that this is the best coffee in the world, and the geisha variety has incredible sweetness and flavor that I can't wait for you to experience. This Colombia geisha comes to us from the Cafe Granja La Esperanza Las Margaritas farm. This coffee is a near and dear friend of mine. I have historically competed with it in barista competitions, and it's one of my favorite coffees in the world. Produced by Rigoberto Herrera, this particular coffee exhibits all of the pungent florals and beautiful, delicate flavors that we've come to expect from the geisha variety. Rigoberto Herrera is a generational farmer in Colombia. He took a trip in the 2000s to Panama, to Boquete, and was able to experience the geisha variety. He took inspiration from what he learned there and took geisha back to Colombia. His farm, Cerro Azul, is one of the first farms into Colombia to cultivate geisha. Rigoberto takes an incredibly detailed approach to producing coffees. His Las Margaritas and Cerro Azul farms are small and focused on producing high-end varietals and cultivating them specifically to produce world-class coffees. And especially in the processing, they take small batches and take them through meticulous drying and sorting to create some of the world's greatest coffees. John was able to visit Rigoberto over 10 years ago when we first founded Onyx, and he planted a coffee tree on their farm. I'm really excited to share this with you today. It really, truly is one of my favorite coffees. This particular geisha is going to have tasting notes of jasmine tea, apricot, white honey, and date syrup. Brewing these coffees on the xBloom is incredibly easy. The xBloom is designed to deliver a seamless pour-over workflow so you can enjoy cafe-quality coffee at home. Each of these coffees has a brewing recipe that has been programmed into the machine so that you can get a perfectly brewed cup that highlights the flavor notes I've shared with you today. All of the details have been thought through in advance, so all that's left for you to do is to scan the pod, put on a record, sit back, and enjoy. Cheers.